Now, ever since the market in general started falling or dropping, a lot of people are trying to look for the perfect opportunities, the perfect entries where they can buy certain companies at a good discounted prices. Well, I know most of the stocks, as I've already said, are trading at a discounted prices, especially the growth stocks. Most of the growth stocks, ever since the beginning of this year, they have been dropping quite sharply, bringing an opportunity to investors to load the boat. So a lot of the retail investors in social media, I mean, I've seen a lot of posts of retail investors indicating that they are waiting a certain stock or stock X to get to a certain level or trading level. Then that's when they will load the boat, or that's when they will add more holdings on that stock or buy that stock for the very first time, of which as a retail investor myself, it kind of like hit me as a surprise, because one thing that I know about the stock market ever since I started investing in stocks is that no one actually really knows how much the shares of a certain stock will fall, or no one really knows of how much a certain ETF or index will fall. I mean, if we all knew that, I believe that many people in the stock market right now will be millionaires. Because to me, the perfect time comes when the PE or the PS ratio of the stocks which you want to buy probably are below the majority of the average stock in that industry where that stocks fall under. So as long as the PS ratio is below most of the average or the average of the companies in that industry, then chances are high that your stock or that stock that you want to buy is undervalued, meaning that it's a perfect or good opportunity for you to load the boat on a stock. So this thing of you trying to find the perfect opportunity, the perfect time, or the perfect entry level for you to buy shares of certain stock, it never works. Because what if that stock or that share price or the share price of that stock which you want to buy never drops by that 20%? You are going to miss that good opportunity that that stock is offering. So what I'm trying to say on today's video is simple, guys. Try to average down as that stock drops, or as that share of the stock which you want to buy is dropping. So if it drops by 10%, load the boat. If it drops yet again by another 10%, load the boat. Don't anticipate or project that that stock you think it will drop by 50% and you'll only load or add more shares when that stock is sitting or at 50% or minus 50% from its high or from its initial high where you started monitoring that stock. Because if you go, or if you take that route of saying that you are going to buy a stock when it does that, you might not even see that opportunity which you are patiently waiting for coming. You might not even see that 50% drop that you are waiting for coming, because nobody knows how the stock market can react. And yes, of course, there are instances where you find that a stock drop more than what some of the people anticipate. So you might find that that stock which you anticipate that it will drop by 50%, sometimes it can drop by even 70%. It's very possible, but this is not guaranteed, or it is not something that you can easily calculate, which is why it's important for you to continue loading the boat on some of these stocks when you see them falling. I mean, guys, there is tons and tons of opportunity, and me personally, those of you who are not investing in growth stocks, US growth stocks right now, and probably still waiting for more sharp drops coming, I'm a bit confused, or I'm sort of like not understanding as to why are you waiting for such times. I mean, right now we are even seeing big financial institutions adding more holdings into these stocks or into some of these stocks, which is something that must show you that, I mean, if the big financial institutions don't know the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect day which they would have to add the boat, and rather they are just taking an opportunity we are seeing now in the stock market and adding or loading the boat on this stock, then I believe that that has to just simply tell you that nobody knows. Because even the big financial institutions, they do not know where the stock is headed or where the stock will be headed in the short term. Yes, long term, we know that these growth stocks with few good future prospects will do very well, but in the short term, we don't know, or I don't think there's someone out there who can tell you the exact prices where we would see certain stocks going down to in terms of the share price. So it's important that, guys, these low trading prices that we are seeing in the stock market, you try as much as possible to load the boat to bring your average purchase price down, especially to those stocks that you bought when they were trading almost towards their all-time highs. I mean, of course, in the stock market, most of the retail investors, especially the beginners, you will find that most of them, they invested in some of these stocks when they were towards their all-time highs because of FOMO or fear of missing out. And now those stocks are down by over 50%. Now they are panicking because their average is just up there. So the good thing that you ought to be doing is for you to load the boat at this low trading price, because it helps you by bringing your average purchase price or average purchase share price on those stocks down, which will result in you getting good returns when the stock returns and even past that all-time high which it had. So these good days or these low sharp falls that we are witnessing in the stock market right now, like I said, please go out there, guys, and make sure that you bring down those average or those high average purchase price which you had on some of the growth stocks, because I'm telling you, these sharp falls that we are witnessing on the stock market right now, it is not a long-term thing. It's something that we'll witness in the stock market for a short term. I mean, of course, we know that one of the things that is seriously hurting the stock market, especially the growth stocks, is the interest rate hikes, which the Fed indicated that they will be increasing, or chances are that they might start increasing the interest rates around March of 2022. So this is one of the things, or one of the main things, which is hurting the growth stocks, which is why you will see that probably for a short term, few months, you will see these growth stocks not performing the way they ought to perform, which is why I'm saying, or I'm telling you, that this is a good opportunity for you to load the boat. And I know some of you might estimate or probably project that stocks will fall sharply in March. Well, nobody knows, because I can tell you that just after that Fed speech, which saw these stocks falling sharply, which someone might come and say that, well, what if that interest rate hike, which is set to take place in March, is already factored in the current trading levels? I mean, it's possible, because we saw the markets dropping after the announcement, which was made by the Fed, of increasing interest rate hikes by March of 2022. So that there can be a possibility that the March interest rate increase might already be factored in. It's possible. Or you might find that after the announcement of the March interest rate, stocks drop again. It's very possible. So this is why I'm telling you that don't wait for March to start loading the boat on these stocks that are dropping sharply. Don't start waiting for the Fed to announce all interest rate hikes and then you start investing into these stocks, because you might miss the good opportunities, or some of the good opportunities that lies within some of these stocks which are trading today in the market. So take these low trading prices and try not to project and try not to time the markets, because I can tell you, you will never win. You might miss good opportunities. I mean, nothing breaks someone's heart than seeing a stock which you knew that had you participated into buying that stock probably a month or two before, you are going to be sitting in probably 50% of good returns, which is something that I believe that as a retail investor is something that we should try and avoid. I'm not saying that go pile in all of your money in these stocks, but I'm trying to say that as it drops, it's better you start putting or loading the boat or increasing your holdings in some of these stocks, especially those that your average purchase price is high. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just do this video, because apparently I've also been receiving inboxes from people indicating that they are waiting certain stock or stock X to get to this price before they buy, which, yeah, as a retail investor myself, I'm sort of like, it surprises me to see that people these days, it looks like they are trying to time the market, which, yeah, if you ask those that have been investing in the stock market for quite some time, it never works. So take these good opportunities which you are seeing in the stock market and load the boat on the stocks that you love, or the stocks that your average purchase share price is very high. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in the stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.